So check out this new AI 3D model that just came out that can produce more accurate outputs than pretty much any other 3D model that we got in the past. And it can do it, it can also do it so quick, it almost raises questions whether it will replace actual human designers. I mean, just take a look at this example that I found on this article. Those are
Wow,
pretty
I
accurate.
love the girl with the hat. And the hair of the guy as well is ridiculously detailed.
Exactly, and the outfits as well. But it didn't all start here. As I said before, we had some other 3D AI models in the past that kind of tried to do the same thing. One of them was Zero from Stability. And as you can see, it didn't do as good of a job at 3D modeling. Maybe those examples at the bottom are closer to what we got now, but still, they're not as sharp, are they, right?
Yeah, the detail, the colors, the texture, even in the top one as well, which I think is the older model, the shadow
Mhm.
on the back of the figure, it happens a lot. Like when I tested a bunch of image to 3D softwares, they have a really big problem with the back. Like they don't
Mhm.
know what happens on the backside of the animal, so they really have to recreate that, and it's a hard task.
It really is, as you can see on this example even. And also there was one more from Luma AI. It's called Genie, and was a little bit better than Stability, but still not near as detailed, as you can see from this model, not near as detailed as the ones from Hunyuan 3D, which is what the new model is called.
You
And
nailed that pronunciation, by the way. That
I
was
did this
first
time.
try.
No, I had to practice before. It wasn't first time.
Yeah,
Yeah,
just
I knew
standing
what.
in front of the mirror. Okay,
Yeah,
yeah.
exactly. For half an hour this morning. Han Yuan. Han Yuan. Right. Anyway, and as I said before, it actually raises questions because those kind of models, they take skilled artists days or weeks to complete, right? Whereas this model can do this almost automatically. But I know I say but what's good about this model is that it's actually open source. It's available on GitHub, and there you go. One more example there. There are actually two models that you can download and use, which is always nice. Always nice to get something that's open sourced that we can use. And just going back to the article itself, the way that this model works is there are kind of two phases of it. And again, it's going to be a little bit more technical here. First of all, there is the DIT model that creates the basic shape of an object, right? And then we've got the paint model that will add all the surface, all the colors, the details that you can obviously see here. And this is the kind of unique approach that this model takes to creating 3D generations. And obviously it ensures all views of the object match, which kind of solves the issue that you mentioned before, having this kind of dark shadow at the back of the figure, right? So this solves this, and this is the kind of visual representation of how this works. So first we get the image of an object from different angles, and then once this is done, the model is then turned into a 3D object, and all the colors and shapes are added. And this is how this model can come up with the results that we see. And this is kind of one thing that sets this model apart from the other models. But also, the other kind of thing that they did differently was you can actually use this model to create outputs from both images and text. So you can just use text prompts, and the model will be able to create a 3D generation for you. So all of this is kind of it may not look like it, but it definitely is a significant step forward from what we've seen from Stability AI and Luma as well. And as well as other models, because there are hundreds, right? We did some research before, and there are many different models that you can use. And right now, Honey One seems to be the best one out there. And especially for industries like game developers, right? They're going to be able to quickly create like text versions of characters and environments to maybe test different things faster than before. Because if you
you would
remember
have
this,
to buy like game models before from other 3D artists, and I know a lot of them are like character designers and weapon designers, clothes designers, and things like that. That can definitely be like 80% of the work can definitely be done by the AI, almost, it seems to, at this point. And then another designer can come in and just tweak that model a little bit, give it a little bit more character and texture, and the entire workflow is completely changed.
Yeah, exactly. And not to mention that this used to take, weeks even for the harder models to get done by humans, right? And there was, as you said, back and forth going as well. Whereas now this can be done in seconds almost, right? And as well as for online stores, another good use case, they can show the products in 3D. So again, that speeds up the process of maybe introducing new products to the markets, and also movie studios with testing the new effects more efficiently, so that we don't get those bad CGI in movies anymore. Hopefully, I'm sure you've seen a few of those before.
Bollywood? What?
Oh yeah, and that, and but all of this just kind of raises some questions, right? Because since those models are so good, where is the place for artists, and how this will affect the work in the future? And the company says that they don't see the tool as a replacement, but as a tool that handles more technical tasks. As those companies always say, we're not replacing humans, we're just giving you a tool. But at the end of the day, it's kind of we see which way this is going.
Yeah,
Especially with things
absolutely.
like this.
Yeah, I was recently at an event, and I was speaking at the event with another friend of mine, Olivio Sarikos, that is a YouTuber as well. And in the stage, we had some questions from the audience members. And one of them asked me, what do you think about image to 3D? I manufacture rings, and we would like to make more rings with 3D printing and image to 3D. And I was like, that's a really cool idea. Using AI to generate images of really cool rings and really cool designs, and then putting that into an image to 3D software so you can actually get the 3D model. Then you can send that 3D model over to the printer kind of all automatically in a sense as well. And within a day, maybe even an hour, you have a new ring that you can show to people. Plastic, obviously, but you can do some testing of, hey, do you like this ring or this ring or this ring or this ring? And yeah, pretty much print like 100 rings and new designs in one day.
That's not a bad idea. And it's going to speed up the process tremendously if we have this up and running.
Yeah,
So,
absolutely.
good use case. Oh, and there is just one more example I found on X of this model. Doesn't have any sound, so I can just play it, and you can see the model in action. So it goes from the image, as you can see, to the full-on 3D model. It's almost perfect. The previous
Whoa,
example.
that's crazy. That little
I know, right?
little island there, you can literally make all your game assets just almost instantly. Wow. Yeah, I'm not surprised if we get one. I've been talking about this one person business for a long time, and like the one person company that will be the first company to grow to $1 billion with only one person. And it seems like if you're a good coder and you know how to code games, in the past, you would have to have a designer, because usually the designer and the coder don't do the same tasks. But here, it literally looks like that only the coder can generate those and put it into the game.
Yeah, now we have models like this. Can produce models on demand. This is interesting.